We have started a one day trip to Aruku from Visakhapatnam and we are heading towards the railway station. It's through Visakhapatnam Kirandul train that will be reaching Aruku, and this will exactly start at 6:45 a.m. from Visakhapatnam railway station. This train has two special Vistodom coaches attached. They are AC chair cars with a beautiful seating of two on one side and two on the other side of the walkway. The price per person is around rupees 700, and you have to be pretty sure to book them the day they are open in IRCTC. Otherwise, it's very difficult to find the tickets. These chairs can be rotated at an angle of 360 degrees. As you enter into the coach, initially what you find is a luggage space where you can dump all your luggage and then enter. Below the handrest, you have a table which you can open, have your breakfast, or put some stuff and again close it back. To enjoy most of the scenic beauties of the Eastern Ghats, this is one such a rail route that is from Vizag to Arku. Most of the views are towards the right side when you're moving. The hills, valleys, road, everything can be viewed from here. On the left side, you can find few mountains and at one place a waterfall, nothing more than that. But the fantastic thing here is the 58 tunnels through which the train moves and the 84 bridges that are constructed all through the hills. These tunnels are really exciting, but I would say compared to that in the Vistoram coach, people in the normal coaches will enjoy it more because as the train passes through the tunnels, it becomes completely dark and you can find people yelling, shouting. It's so much of fun. While in the Vistoram coach, it's because completely closed and you have lights, you hardly find the difference between whether it is in the tunnel or whether it's outside. But definitely, you can enjoy to have a more personalized space. You should go for a Vistoram coach. So this train will reach Aruku at around 10:15 a.m. You can also choose to get down at the earlier station, that is Burra Caves, which will be at around 9:45 a.m. Once the train crosses a station that is Shrungavarpu Kota or Eskota, these scenic views actually start. The journey from Visakhapatnam to Arku is around 115 kilometers, and this is one of the most famous hill stations in Andhra Pradesh. People also call it as Andhra Ooty. There are points which are as high as 5,000 meters above the sea level, which you can find here. You can also reach Arku through cars, bikes, but in order to enjoy this ride through the tunnels, it should be definitely a train. So this is the Burra Caves junction where we got it. We got down. So as soon as you get down, you have to just walk straight out of the railway station. The first place that we are going to visit is Burra Caves. These are ancient caves. A walk of around 10 to 15 minutes will take you to Burra Caves. You find different stuffs being sold here, especially the spices, wooden toys, and the winter wear are very famous. Here you have a zip line to the right, left side. On the right side, you have the ticket counter. The entry ticket is rupees 80 per adult and rupees 60 per kid. And this Burra caves are usually open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You have a lunch break in between 1 to 2 p.m. Bags are not allowed inside. You have a clock room towards the right side where you have to leave the bag. They charge around rupees 20 per 2 hours. So after you leave your bags, take the ticket, you have to walk down the stairs. On the left side, you can find Gostani River. This river is presumed to be formed from the caves and it will pass through that. On the right side is where you have to go into the caves. These caves are one of the largest and longest. And once you are inside the caves, you hardly find places where the sunlight usually enters. So it is very dark inside. There are colorful lights placed at regular points here. So you have to really walk a lot inside the cave. There are steps, there are many interconnections. You have to keep walking. It's really amazing for nature lovers, people who love exploring. These caves are deposits of limestone. You have stalactites and stalagmites. You can find water around some of the surfaces. You find a small temple for Lord Shiva here. So once you complete, you come out here towards the left side. At the entrance, you have washrooms. They're really good. So once we completed the visit of Burra Caves, we came out. Here is the place where this is famous mostly for bamboo chicken and bamboo biryani. The chicken and the biryani, which are cooked inside the bamboo sticks. So they take all the flavor from the bamboo, and you have to definitely try it here. Half kg of bamboo chicken they usually charge around 300, and the biryani is around 400. So once we completed our tour of Burra Caves, you have vehicles waiting there. You can book them. Per vehicle, for a cab they charge around 5,000. When you want to go through auto, it's a sharing auto, they charge rupees 750 per head. Or you can completely bargain it only for your family, maybe they charge around 2000 to 2500. The very first place that they have taken us to is this waterfalls, which is known as Anantagiri waterfalls or Tatiguda waterfall. From the main road you need to walk 2 kilometers, you need to turn 2 kilometers into and stop there. Hardly from the place where you have to get down from the vehicle, maybe just around a 5 minutes walk will bring you to these waterfalls. These waterfalls, especially in the rainy season, they are really good with more flow of water. You can enjoy here. Apart from this, there's one more very famous waterfalls, which is Katiga waterfalls, a bit away from here. But the thing is, there you need to walk around 2 to 3 kilometers inside, and only then you can reach it. So once we completed our visit of Tatiguda waterfalls, we started moving towards Arku. Remember, when you are towards the area of Burra Caves, there you have only two petrol bunks available. So, in case you want to refill your fuel into the vehicles, make sure you get it done there itself. So, the next spot where we have reached is this, which is Galikonda viewpoint, which is one of the highest, around at a height of 5,000 meters from the sea level. Here again, you find people selling these bamboo biryani and bamboo chicken. One thing I would suggest you to buy here is the Aruku tea and Aruku coffee. You have a beautiful aroma. So after visiting Galikonda viewpoint, we have been to coffee plantations. This is one of the newest addition with the construction of a wooden bridge. The entry ticket here is rupees 50 per head and rupees 20 per kid. Once you enter here, you find very tall trees. You have all coffee plantations. There is a very huge wooden bridge which is constructed. You find people taking photo shoots here, pre-wedding shoots, but make very sure you have to be early because it's mostly crowded. This I would recommend a definitely visit place in Araku. So for how thick the trees, the plantation is, once we have completed that, we are heading towards Araku. On the way, all throughout, you'll find tents for people who are looking for night stay, camping tents. There are n number of resorts all throughout, hotels. So when it's food, stay, there is no point to think of it. You have n number of options all throughout. So now we have come almost to Arku, and this is where we took a break. We had our lunch. Once we completed our lunch, the first place that we visited to is a chocolate factory. This is one of the largest chocolate factories, and in case you're visiting with kids, you have to definitely visit it. They would enjoy every part of it. So, this chocolate factory is where you find an outlet selling the chocolates that are made here. You have a depiction of the entire process of how chocolates are made, right from the collection of the coca fruits. Everything is depicted here. You have a number of amusement rides. Because we have been in the afternoon, all of them were closed. Maybe in the evening, if you visit, you can even enjoy that. So this is a outlet. They're selling all the chocolates. You can buy them from here. And this is the demonstration. The very colorful depiction of the entire process, starting from collection of the coca fruits to the harvesting, fermentation, how the chocolates are made, what are the basic equipments that are used here. Everything is depicted. So once you take the ticket, you also get a complimentary chocolate per ticket. You can collect it at the last. The outlet videos are not allowed, so I couldn't take it there where the chocolates are sold. This is a huge area. You will roughly take around 30 to 45 minutes to cover the entire area, and it's really colorful. You have few outlets selling wooden toys, wooden articles here. And there is Padmavati Gardens, which are just half a kilometer away from this chocolate factory. So when you visit this, you can also visit that place. But because at the time we have visited, it is under renovation, we could not, it was closed and we couldn't visit that. But make sure that when you visit chocolate factory, you also visit the Padmavati Gardens. These are the botanical gardens and they're very famous here. So once we have completed the tour of chocolate factory, the next place that we have been to is a tribal museum. This is where you have n number of adventure activities. You can find the prices over there. You have zip line, sky cycling, and this is where there is boating. The zip line and the sky cycle will pass through this. There is an ample space, open space for kids to play. There are few vehicles where the kids can get into. The entry ticket for Tribal Museum is rupees 60 per adult and 30 per kid. The adventure activities are usually open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So this is the building where the actual Tribal Museum resides. It is a depiction of the lifestyle, the heritage of the tribes of the Arku Valley. You have colorful statues showing how the people used to hunt in earlier days, how they used to cook, how their houses happened to be, the way of life, what they cook, what utensils they use, what kind of weapons they make, how they make functions, how their marriages usually happen. So it is a way of conserving the heritage of the tribals of the Arku Valley. There is lots of information one can gain here. So after that, the next place that we have been to is a coffee factory. They charge an entry ticket of rupees 20 per adult and rupees 10 per kid. Just like the chocolate factory, this is where the display of the process of manufacture of coffee occurs. You have even outlets selling different varieties of chocolates and also coffee. You have to definitely try coffee before you leave for Vizag. This is the last place that we have visited for the day. After completing this, you have RTC complex, which is just 100 meters away. You can go by walk. And the last bus to Vizag will start by 6 p.m. So in case you're planning to leave to Vizag the same day, you have to make sure you have to be there in the complex by around 5:30 to 5:45 p.m. Of course, you will have a number of private buses, but for the government services, the last bus is at 6 p.m. So these are the prices. Whatever prices, the entry tickets I have discussed in this video, everything is as per January 2025. So accordingly, they may change. So that's it all for my beautiful memory of trip to Arku. Stay tuned to Travel Destinations 24 for more interesting travel updates. Thank you.